Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Ask Us Anything.
And I'm going to apologize right off the bat. This is my great, supposedly gig speed from Comcast. Yeah, right. I don't know if I'm pixelated in the image. We had to drop it down to really lousy 480 resolution, but that's Comcast for you. And I'm paying like top dollar for this internet speed, and this is what they give me. So everybody trash Comcast for me on Twitter because they pay attention to that. I'd go on and do it right now because they all pay attention. And but anyway, we are back and we can have, hopefully, if Comcast will allow us, to have a extended Ask Us Anything. We've been cutting the last couple short because we've been on the road, but we are back in our sticks and bricks. We just got back yesterday, and we're only here for we're not sure
how long we're going to be here.
We got Elkhart Open House that we may go to this weekend. We've got the UP and some color awaiting and lots of plans.
And we're trying to figure out what we want to do. And right before we came on, I was out in our new FX.
Our Leisure Travel Vans Unity FX. People want to know what that is, what an FX is.
Trying to, organize and put shelf paper down and get her ready to go.
I was playing with a new gadget. Can you slide back for a second? I don't know if they can see that over Jennifer's thing right there. That thing. Well, you can't really see it.
Can't see it.
It's from Midland Radio.
Oh yeah.
And it's
now I can see it.
It's really cool. It's a comm system, an emergency comm system, battery operated. It's charging right now. That's why that green light's on. And all right, you can come back. You're the star. Much more than that. And it's actually in a ammo case. And it's really cool. So it's the GMR General Mobile Service, and then it's also the Family Mobile Radio Service. So it's pretty cool radio. And I'm going to see if I can hook up some of my ham radio gear, which is over here, particularly this one. This was my HF or my 2-meter 440 rig, and I'm going to see if I can hook it. That's for all you radio geeks out there that like to know that stuff. Hey, we've got winners to announce. We just concluded a contest. I think we had over 12,000 entries. Gave away 4 sets of Wildland coffee. That's that great coffee that comes in like a tea bag, only it's a coffee bag, and makes just awesome coffee. You put it in hot water, boiling water, and leave it for a few minutes, and it's just awesome. We have 4 lucky winners.
And the first one is?
Louise from Dallas, Texas.
And the second one is Trent from Gurnee, Illinois.
Third is Lori from Freehold, New Jersey.
And the fourth is Jennifer from Elkhart, Indiana.
And we also gave away this awesome French press from Brewtech. And the winner was Charles, and he is from Washougal, Washington. So all of our winners have been notified. And if they don't respond to us in a couple of days, we
keep it.
We'll keep it. It'll be Mike and Jennifer that won it, and Phyllis and Chris. But no, we'll pick some other names. We do that always. We have a great contest coming up. For those of you who have bikes, particularly those of you who have e-bikes, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be giving away this awesome e-bike hitch-mounted rack that you can carry your e-bikes, carry 2 e-bikes. I hope to get it hooked up on our Class C motorhome, and we would take it when we go up north.
What does something like that sell for?
I don't know. Why did you have to ask? I think about $600.
Wow.
Actually, they sent us one. We're going to give away one so we can show you what it's like. But it's nice. It's really nice. It's the RV Ride from Hollywood Racks, and we're going to load up our electric e-bikes on it and take that with us. And we will even be bringing it down to Tennessee for our gathering. Hey, before we get to your questions, we do have a couple of things that we want to tell you about. One, actually, we only have one thing we have to tell you about. We have, if you're a member of our Facebook group, you have watched this phenomenal growth. I mean, we're, I don't know, 140,000 plus members, I think now. It seems like we just turned 100,000 a little while ago. and we have a really dedicated team of moderators who are working their tails off. They are working so hard that we need to give them some help. We need to get some more volunteer moderators. Now, it's a task that wields a lot of power because you can delete and kick off people who write offensive stuff, but you have to have some sensitivity and some knowledge of the RV lifestyle, and you have to be able to get along with people and not be nasty. And if you have had any experience moderating before and you'd like to help us out and help the RV community with our Facebook group, we have an address we'll send it to. It's just send it to team@rvlifestyle.com. team@rvlifestyle.com. And we will get in touch with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And if you've had any experience moderating, we'll give you some training, all that stuff. But
any anger management issues?
No anger management issues. Enough people have those. That's why we need moderators. But we are determined we're going to have the best community with, and we are in there trying to remove anybody who writes these nasty comments. You know what a crazy world we live in. So we do need some more volunteer moderators, and we'd love to have you become a part of all of that. So team@rvlifestyle.com, and we'll get in touch with you. So with that aside, let us go to all of your questions, and we have a lot, and we're going to do our best to answer them all. And I hope the quality is okay. Phyllis, can I bring you up and show you your cool shirt, by the way? Oh, I guess not. She doesn't want to do it.
I gotta scooch that over.
Okay, I got to get this so Jennifer can read the questions.
Otherwise, I can't see it.
There you go. Now you can. So Phyllis, I'm going to take that off for just a second. We'll come back to that second. Phyllis, there's Phyllis's. Look at that shirt. My shirt falls here. I
Time
have
for sweatshirts.
I have the sweatshirt.
I love this one because it's really soft. It's really nice, and it's got cuff sleeves, and it's finally cold enough I can wear it.
Yeah, well, we just compared. Phyllis is in Iowa. It's 57 here in Michigan, and I love wearing my hoodie.
Now, I like what Phyllis is wearing. I don't like the hoodie.
You have
part.
one of them.
Well, I don't know where it's hiding.
I don't know. We'll find it though. But that is really fun. And you can find all of our merch. I was just going to ask you to say something, and I can't remember what it was now. I needed
About merch?
No, it wasn't about merch. It was, we were talking about.
Moderators?
Oh, the quality of the video. Are we okay now?
Yeah, it's like you come into some clarity and then it gets all pixelated. It just kind of like.
All right. Again, we're going to have to keep repeating this because I see people like, Edward says he didn't listen at the start. Grainy coming through. Anybody else have similar? Yes, it is grainy. It's because Comcast has the single worst broadband internet in the world. I'm paying for 1 gigabyte uploads and massive uploads and downloads, and this is what I get. So
it looks grainy, good right now. Fuzzy. So it looks fine right now.
And we're coming and Chris Cowley over on YouTube, you're going to have to do something about the video because it's 480 resolution. But all right, enough of my whining, but you're all going to be complaining about this. Well, they will. You watch everybody who comes in news is like, why is this a grainy picture? So somebody else answer them and I won't have to address it again. And now we'll get to your questions. So, all right. Thanks, Phyllis. So here we go. All right. This is from Kelly McChesney.
What are the main reasons you switched back to the MB from Ford?
Mercedes-Benz Sprinter.
I am torn between the all-wheel and 4x4, plus the Mercedes is plus
40,000 more. Yes.
It must be worth it. ? Congrats. Nice unit.
Well, this is again a question that we will get every week because people won't have seen our previous explanations of this. So let's go from this. We had our original leisure travel van that we bought 4 years ago was the same model, except it was 4 years older, that we have now. The leisure travel vans Unity FX. FX stands for flexible. And what it means is it has a front lounge and a rear lounge, 2 different distinct areas that you can flex back and forth to. It has a Murphy bed in the front, and it's on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis.
But now you're liking the new Mercedes engine.
Yes, I do. I love the
The
engine,
improvements they've made.
but we kept that as we keep most of our RVs for 2 years. And then we switched to the Ford Wonder, the Leisure Travel Van's Wonder, which is on the Ford Transit system.
Mm-hmm.
We did that primarily because the Sprinter chassis were in very short supply. They still are. The Ford's chassis are now, as a matter of fact. But the Ford was coming on. All the manufacturers were going to Transit, and we felt it was important for us to know how the Transit performed. It performs very well. But the Sprinter is a step up from the Transit.
It should be for 40,000.
Yes, it's a big step up. The Sprinter that we have will allow me to tow 5,000 pounds. The previous Ford Transit version Wonder that we had can't do that because it had a big garage and it could only tow 1,000 or so pounds. So it was not something we could bring a tow vehicle with. We like the extra room because the Sprinter has a slide out.
The interior room
On it. Yes, it's about the same length and height. It's a little taller, I think, but it's the same height. And frankly, we just liked the Sprinter better. I like the engine better. I like the cab part of it better. Bo likes it better. There's more room for him. He can actually lay down between the two seats. Mm-hmm. They had done a few upgrades, and since we owned one 4 years ago, they've done some upgrades, and the 2023 model that we like, and so we bought a new one. We sold our Wonder, and we got just bought it on Wednesday. Officially bought it from Holland Motorhomes in Holland, Michigan. That's the dealer. It took us 17 months. We put that order in 17 months ago, and that's how long it took to get. The reason we were able to even get it then, it would have been even probably a little bit longer, is we bought one that was the model that they showed at the Hershey RV show last week. And we had they gave us an option, if you want to get that one. And we did, and we took it to our dealer, and they cleaned it up, got all the fingerprints off from all the public going through it, and we're delighted with it. So long explanation, Kate. Next time somebody asks, I'm going to make it a much shorter explanation and stuff, but I hope that answered your question. From our friend Renee and her husband Mike. I don't know if Mike's asking us, but Renee is Mike Hawani.
All right. Good evening to everybody. And fall is certainly here in Michigan. Question: what is the role of a campground host?
Well, we will have a full article on the blog in just a couple of days on rvlifestyle.com about this. But it's a really fun job. Almost every state park, most national parks, and many private campgrounds allow people to stay free, and in exchange, they are a camp host. And as a camp host, you're there for them to ask questions of people that come in. You're to help give them directions. Many times, one of the duties is every day you go and you see how many people are checking out and what sites are. You're not required to do bathroom cleanliness or anything like that, but sometimes you're asked to do some maintenance. Every place is a little different.
And sometimes you have some crafts and things for the kids. They can come stop by, I guess, if you're a crafty person and want to entertain the kids for a little bit. Yeah, and
we've seen many camp hosts on weekends, particularly Saturday mornings. I'll have coffee out for everybody and brochures of what to see in the area, and it's a place to go and visit and talk a little bit about the park. And so if you're a social person, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a job. We should point out that every Monday on our RV Lifestyle Facebook group, we've recently put a feature in where people can post work camping jobs that are available. Many people love to do this. They're already trying to book their times for next summer. So you want to get on that soon if you want to try it out. Again, we'll have a full blog about what campground hosts do and what kind of work camping jobs there are. And sometimes you get paid. Most of the time you just get a free site.
And it varies. Sometimes you have to clean out the fire pits and pick up and clean bathrooms. And I've heard other camp hosts that don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
So it varies.
Yep. So there you go, Renee. Hope to see you out on the road. Linda Ward.
Do you put Dicor on your roof openings annually?
Only if they need it. Dicor is the stuff that you seal the roof with. We usually keep our RVs for 2 years. That way we can usually sell it and get a new one and not have a huge
No
hit.
maintenance?
So usually we don't need any maintenance in there, but we do have it checked. We check it a couple of times a year, actually. And if it needs some, we do put it on. So hope that answered your question, Linda. Thank you. Robert Hoke.
My Class B van is my daily driver as well as my RV. Am I giving my AC a short life by keeping the AC running while parked at the house? It is set to keep the temperature at 85 degrees. Boy, it must be hot where you live.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't do that. I don't know if I would think that you're doing extra wear and tear on it. If it's 85 degrees and you need to have the air conditioner on at that. But then again, when you start off the engine, you have the engine air conditioner, which will quickly cool that coach off. So you'd need to talk to somebody who really knows RV air conditioning, not just an armchair engineer. Beware of their advice. Armchair engineers never really know what they're talking about.
And things change.
But talk to a real RV air tech and see what they tell you. My inclination would be you're probably shortening the life of it because you're really stressing
too
it.
much.
These things are not meant to be daily living things with your on. If you're in a hot climate, you'd probably have it on. You'd need it on 8-9 months of the year. So I would not run it when you're not using it. So that's my advice, Robert. Steve Egbert.
Hi from California. Enjoyed your videos from the RV show. Are there more to come?
No, we're RV showed out. We spent 1 week there. It's the first time we've ever spent. Well, we spent 7 days in Hershey, and the show. We spent 7 days at the show, Monday through Sunday. Monday and Tuesday were kind of closed to the public.
Yeah, we got there Sunday,
and
we left Monday.
And like other people who do what we do on YouTube and stuff, there comes a time when you're out in the public, you really can't see the RVs and do videos and show them like you used to when nobody knew who you were. So it's kind of a downside of being popular, because really the reason we go to the shows is to see you, and we try and do videos and stuff, but it's impossible for us to really shoot anything.
If we're going to shoot anything, it has to be done on Tuesday, and that's it.
Yeah, because Monday, nothing is really set up and they're not open.
Yeah, we were there Monday, and half of them you couldn't get in.
Yeah, more than half.
No, you couldn't get your questions answered.
And it takes us a good hour to do a tour of an RV. So there's only so many you can do. And even on Tuesday with the industry, we're stopped and people are chatting with us, and we don't want to be rude, so we do. So it becomes sort of frustrating. When we used to do this, we would visit 20 RVs and we'd have the whole week and we'd do lots of them, but we can't because there's
people either know us, recognize us, and visit, which is wonderful, or else if you're trying to shoot a video, you interrupt other people trying to look at things and they get really mad at you.
Or they just walk in while you're shooting.
Yeah,
and
it
you can't
just
use that
doesn't work.
shot. I don't know. I hope that doesn't come off like we're celebrities or anything. Because no, it's really an honor to us to have you guys recognize us. But so we're reevaluating what we're going to do at RV shows. They're extremely draining of energy. And
thought just popped in my head.
But
Elkhart Industry Days.
Yeah, that's why we were debating about going to Elkhart, Indiana this week. It's called RV Dealer Open House, and it's really
it's a party.
it's a wild party with a bunch of RV salesmen. I mean, free drinks. That should tell you what it's like. Yeah, great entertainment. Florida Georgia line is coming in from Thor, and I think Winnebago somebody's bringing in John Cougar Mellencamp. So lots of entertainment, the best barbecue. I mean, just really we did a video on it a few years ago. It is this awesome party. But most of RVs that are made in Elkhart are there and on display. Even others come in because it's, their dealers are in and they're showing the models. So we may go.
Then we have our Bo.
We have our
to figure out
Bo to
what
deal
to do
with.
our
What do we do
dog.
with the Bo factor? So he's going to have
He's kind of worn out his welcome with our daughter.
Yeah, he's going to have to stay in the
He was there for a long time.
But we're thinking about going in. If we do that, we could do a few more videos of some of the cool things that are out there. Usually we see a couple things that we don't see at Hershey, because Hershey just ended, and that's where all the 2023 models were introduced to the public. But often the dealer shows will show you stuff that's coming later in the year. So
we're thinking about
so we're 50-50, but that answers your question, I hope, Steve. These questions are really long answers.
You used to produce these major films.
Hour-long shows.
Oh, yeah, you really did an awesome job of covering just about everything.
Well, I don't know about that, but we did a lot of material, a lot of content. But it's hard. Jessica, long time.
Can you speak more about your Tennessee property? We're heading to the October 8th event, and we are nervous about the one-day sales process.
Well, I can see why.
Yeah, it is intimidating.
It is. And, let me tell you their reason for doing it. And there's two reasons. One, efficiency, because the property in Tennessee, the Woodlands, that's where we have our property. And we're having our gathering there with our RV community. We have a whole bunch of you coming down on the 17th of October for several days. But they do their one-day sales for two reasons. One is efficiency. They just don't have, it's just not cost effective to have an office open on a bunch of vacant land and people coming and going. And then when somebody comes and the other guy's out showing people land, those people that showed up, they miss them. And so for efficiency, they decided we'll do one-day sales. That's a good reason. I can understand that. The other reason is it creates
a feeding frenzy.
FOMO. It creates FOMO, fear of missing out. And here's the deal, because you say they have 40, I don't know how many they have, but say they have 40 appointments. It's from 10 until usually 4 in the afternoon. So you go, they feed you, they wine you, they give you a nice lunch. And then you have a salesperson and you go out to look at several lots. You tell them how much your budget is or how big of a parcel you're interested in buying or looking at. And you go and you look at it. Well, meantime, all those other people are looking at pretty much the same hunks of land that you are. So you may get out there and there's somebody else touring the land with another salesperson. So you have to wait till they come out. It's usually, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is to walk, the property. And you may be sitting there and then you'll see that salesman come and it's got a lot, 117 or whatever it is, and they'll flip it around and it's sold. So darn. So then you'll run to the next one. Meantime, a two-way radio between the salespeople are going, saying, oh, lot 117 is off the market. Now you got it. All right, here are the ones that are open that are 5-acre parcels. One's 19, 120 something, one's 80, 84, whatever. So everybody's kind of going to the same place. And it becomes perceived as high pressure. And I don't think that's the intent, but the intent is to sell their land. So you need to be sure that you want it before you go, because if you choose not to buy, someone else will. And that happens. And I think you get, some law, you get like 3 days or something to say, no, I don't want it.
Say no. I just got caught up. Yeah, enthusiasm of the event. So
that's the sales process, and that's the way they do them all. So that's what you're going into. To speak about the property, I've written so much about it. I have a bunch of videos on it. You really should go back on the YouTube channel and look at. There's a whole. We have a whole playlist that's just the process from us finding it, to us buying it, to us developing it. We talk about everything. The cost of the land is what you have to look at. And then you have to put in water and electric and sewer. And what are the costs of that? Figure, unless you're doing it all yourself, it's just hard to do. You got to drill a well. That's
15.
That's up to $15,000. Yeah. And that's the cost. So you might spend half of what you spend on the land developing it. You got to clear trees. You got to make some pads. So that's all I can say, Jessica. We have 5 acres there. We love it. We've got, we thought we were all done. We've got a couple more things that we want to do now. And every time we look at it, we say, well, what if we did this? So we can't wait to get down there. Our fifth wheel is sitting on the property right now. And if you're there on the 8th, tell me you want to go by ours. The gates are all locked, but you can get a quick look at ours. But better yet, just go look on our YouTube channel and you can see what it's like. Boy, these are long answers I'm giving. Let's see if we can move faster
tonight.
Joey D.
And sending us greetings. And let's see, Tuscan Hills
Winery.
Harvest Host, on our way to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. Oh, we've always wanted to go to that.
Yeah, we get invited every year. And
this is a busy time of year.
Yeah, it is a crazy time of year.
Man.
Between Elkhart, Hershey, fall in the Upper Peninsula, which is our favorite place in the world. So we're not going again, but I wish we were there. That really,
I wish we were there with you. Enjoy.
great.
Everybody says it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, everybody loves that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody.
Okay, how does the Arcadia and truck handle windy conditions while driving? Did you do any of the upgrades to help with driving in the wind?
No, not at all. Handles great. You know, I'd heard before we got it that a fifth wheel drives easier than a towable, a bumper mounted towable. And it does. We've had a towable that we owned, and we actually had one that we towed behind our Sprinter several years ago on a family vacation up and down the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly know what's back there. I mean, you do. You just look in the rearview mirror and whoa, look.
Following too close.
Yeah, that guy's too close to me. Oh, that guy's me. We've been doing for 11 years. So when it's really windy, I either go slow or I just wait until the next day. We try to avoid winds, but it handles great. I mean, I can't complain about it. Can I make Jen drive and see what she's? Hey, by the way, she drove the truck back from Hershey following me in the motorhome. 500 miles. She did it. So she's got a career as a truck driver now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
she made a live show. Oh yeah, I think she writes before. I've seen her before, but she tunes in after it's all over. Well, welcome, Michelle. Glad you found us. And thank to Chris Mondo Biondo for a $9.99 super chat from YouTube. Awesome. He's looking forward to our gathering, our meetup coming in Tennessee, which will be really fun. I can't wait for that. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Joy Peterson.
We installed the Hollywood e-bike rack on our Leisure Unity. It is great, but does need a hitch extender added to the LTV.
I have the Hollywood rack. I haven't put it on ours, and I'll be trying this new one. So
thanks for the heads up.
I'll let you know. I didn't need it. I had the Hollywood on my 4-year-old Unity, and I did not need an extender. I don't think. No, I didn't. It just went straight in. So we'll try it. Now I'm a little I may need an extender if I want to put this hitch on the Arcadia, which I can do. The Arcadia has a bumper mount too. But I have a rear tire that's right next to the hitch, so I may need that extender. I'll have to look it over. But for the on the motorhome, I think it should go good. I'll find out this week, Joy. All right. I guess that's it. Okay. Marion Dimmert.
Are you worried about the hurricane headed to Florida early next week?
We are, but our son and daughter-in-law are.
Yes.
They're going to use our condo.
Our daughter-in-law is celebrating her birthday. Her birthday is Friday, and they were going down to the condo, and now they're a little concerned.
You know, we've learned in the Panhandle where we are that you really need to wait until a couple of days before because the early stuff is all over the place. Those spaghetti models, everything I saw up until a while ago, today seemed to indicate it was going to probably come ashore a little to our east. They tend in the past, they've tended to kind of move off into what's called the armpit of Florida, where the peninsula switches down like that, down near Apalachicola and that area, Carabel, that area. So I don't know, but our area has not been hit, so we're due. We're near the
I
Destin
guess
area, Fort
Ivan
Walton
was
Beach.
the last time our area got hit.
Yeah, and we're on an island that was just a spit of sand. But
Bought a
so,
condo on the
that's-
sandbar.
we bought a condo on a sandbar. Yeah. So and our plans were to go down after our gathering in Tennessee for a while. So we're kind of waiting to see how it'll go. But sure, we always keep an eye on the weather this time, and we are now. But I told my son, check the forecast on Tuesday. They'll have a better idea. They're talking about it coming ashore on Thursday afternoon. So,
And you
we'll
told
see.
our son that the weather's always nice after it comes through.
Yeah, the day after a hurricane is almost always beautiful.
So take it seriously.
We-
There might not be power or roads flooded,
All the ones that we've had before have been to our west or to our east.
but you
And-
never know.
And was it last year we were walking the beach and you could just see this wall of black to our, actually to the south of us. No, to the east of us. And it was just beautiful up around us. But
Do I make my confession?
yeah.
I went outside because I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
I wanted
That was
to-
last year. That was
Yeah,
last year.
I wanted to experience the wind and listen to the waves, and it's pretty exciting, all these waves and everything. And my glasses, they just misted over. And
There were salt
a
crusted.
normal, intelligent person, when your glasses mist over, you stop. Well, I was keeping up with my boys, and there was a
Boys
curb.
being me and the dog both.
There was a curb, and I went flat on my face.
No, she just went bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, like somebody hit me on the chin, the cheekbone, hands, knees.
2 days. She
Moral of the story: if your glasses
gets
mist
salted
over,
over.
stop
For two-
immediately.
For 2 days, you were saying I could be in a lot of trouble
Yeah.
because your
I mean,
face looked like somebody
yeah.
hit you. Yeah. So, but you always keep an eye on it. Patricia Dungy,
Let's see. I love TV.
RV. I think she's talking about. Oh no, TVs.
I have two TVs in my 34-foot four-wind Thor. The TV turns on, and I can use a DVD player. But is it possible to have regular TV? I have Fire Sticks, but I guess I can't use those.
Well, if you camp in a park, you have cable that you can hook up. Your four winds from Thor should certainly have a cable connection on the back that runs into your entertainment system. If it doesn't, every other RV does. So I'd ask Thor, but you should have that. And if you have an antenna, you just switch to the antenna. You'll only get analog stations with that antenna. No, you'll get digital too. If you have you can get a digital antenna as well. You can get analog and or digital. But and I would think that Thor would have an antenna on it. So that would get you regular over-the-air TV. And cable is where you would get, your cable news stations, all that. But Fire Sticks are great because you can stream your videos. But if you want to watch regular TV, you need either an antenna or a connection to cable TV. Laura Moore.
How do you install a TV mount above the cab, and what size mount do you recommend?
Well, I don't know your RV, so and I don't know how big your TV is. So it depends on how big the TV is. It depends on where you're mounting it. I would hire somebody to do it rather than. I mean, I could try it, but I wouldn't be allowed to.
No.
Yeah,
You hit those. I mean, you go through the earthquake zones on those bumpy roads. You don't want to
Yeah, so
fall
So
off.
it depends, when you buy your TV, how big is your TV, and get a mount that'll handle it, and what's the surface that you're mounting it on. Nancy, and can you get the connections, and you have to plug it into something, and is that going to look ugly? Is that the right spot for it? Nancy Mezzi.
All right. When you transport your e-bikes on the back of an RV and remove the batteries for transport, what do you use to cover the hole where the battery goes?
Some people just put like duct tape over it, and just a strip of it. We tend to put our e-bikes, we wrap it in a single motor. People keep texting me thinking that they're going to get ahead of the line. I don't look at your text, so don't text me. I should not give people my phone number. That's that Les guy.
Oh, Les, he's got something to
You
say.
know who you are, Les. Don't text me. I don't even remember so we have a single motorcycle cover that we put over our e-bikes, and we strap that down really tight, and that does the job. Or you could put just a piece of tape over it.
Yeah, I think I'd use a tape and a cover.
Yep. So hopefully you can figure out that. Nina.
We bought our camper new last year, took it back for some minor maintenance in the end of May. It's still at the shop. What can we do to speed this up? Almost 4 months and no summer camping. That really stinks.
It really stinks. The dealership is borderline fraud, Nina. There is no way whatever they have to do on that takes 4 months. I would bet if you went there unannounced and looked, you would see your RV just gathered dust out in the parking lot. They claim that they're claiming that there's a part shortage. They're not 4 months. Find out what the parts are, and you can go order them. Get it out of there. They're ripping you off. They're unable to fix it in time. You do not want that dealership fixing your RV. This is my biggest complaint about dealers, particularly some of the big chains. I say it's borderline fraud. You lost the entire season. And I guess equally baffling to me is why you would allow that. There's just no excuse. You said it was minor maintenance and it's still at the shop. Get it out of there, Nina. RV Mobile Tech can fix it for you in probably a day. Whatever excuse they're giving you, they're lying to you.
Maybe it was something under warranty.
I'm being a little harsh, I think.
Yes.
But I think I'm right. So get it out of there. Nancy Einhauser.
Okay. Thank you for sharing Courtney's Flippin' Nomad video. Robert watched entirely. So nice since he missed the Elkhart encounter. Hubby helped me remove triple glass shower door, replaced with retractable.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Robert, you missed a good time. You should. I'm sorry you guys aren't coming down to our gathering in Tennessee. That's going to be fun.
And Robert's mechanic,
Yeah.
So this would probably be
We can
easy
put you
for
to
him.
work, Robert. So Courtney is the subject of our video this week on YouTube, and she will also we'll do a separate breakout interview with her on the podcast on Wednesday. And then next week, you'll be able to see, we had some things that we wanted to do to our fifth wheel, like create a desk, a working area, and a couple little tweaks. And she jumped to that challenge, and you'll see what she did in our RV. But check it out. She's one of our favorite people. She's great. Glad you caught it. Marion Dimmert.
I watched a video of the 2023 LTV on the Mercedes chassis, and Dean said they were experimenting with the Truma AC. Have you heard anything, or do you have this in your new RV?
It's not in our RV. It will be in their 2024 models. Some of them, they're going to go a triple play with Truma Instant Water, the AquaGo Pro Instant Water system that they have. We do have that. We like that. Really have.
Love it.
We've had it on our Wonder. We had it on our previous, I think, Unity as well. But they're also going now with a Truma air conditioner and a Truma heater. And the Truma AC is supposed to be particularly quiet. The air conditioner, we have the Dometic air conditioner on ours, but it's ducted and much quieter.
Yes.
We did run it a few days this week, and we were very happy with it. So, but that's in their 2024 model year. They're going to go with Truma, and I don't know if it's on all of their models. Maybe it's all of them. Might be. Melanie Pitts.
We are getting ready to go full time, but are weary that we won't have consistent internet for my job.
Monday through Friday. Yeah.
Any suggestions from anyone out there?
That's a big challenge for everybody, especially people who want to work from the road. If it's an absolute must, get Starlink. You will be able to get through on Starlink. You'll be able to download. You can probably do Zoom calls. you'll be able to, get your email, and it's not as fast as everybody said. In fact, speeds have actually dropped as much as 54%.
I think so many people have it.
Yeah, as more people come on, they're building the system. They just launched 60 more of them this weekend, but so many people are going on that the system is getting stressed. So you'll find that's a big challenge. We have a story coming up on the blog this week about Starlink. Be sure and read that if you're thinking about it. I use it as our backup. Our primary system is cellular, and I bought a router, a really expensive router. It cost $900 and something bucks a couple of years. I've had it a year and a half maybe, and it has both a T-Mobile and a Verizon SIM card in it, and whichever one has the best signal is the one it brings through. I'm mostly happy with it. It's not perfect, and I do like Starlink. Starlink is just not as fast as I'd hoped, and I could not, for example, do this program. I could not. This upload speeds on Starlink are abysmal. So cellular is often better than Starlink, but it's a great system. It will get through when you have no cellular at all, unless you have trees overhead. So you'll find out that. Read the story coming up on the blog, but that's my suggestions, Melanie. Nancy Mizzi.
You mentioned using a hitch extender for your bike rack. We heard that they reduce the carrying capacity of a bike rack by 50%. Is that true?
I have not heard that, so I
Guess
can't
we
answer
better
that.
check into that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It seems like they'd be warning you about that.
Yeah, I don't
If
know. I don't know.
I could see that
I
kind of
don't
sounds
need
logical.
I don't need one, so it's something I've never had to deal with. So
It's something you need to check into.
yeah, well, just to answer
I
questions.
always feel that once you hear something like that, you got to really check it out
Yep.
because you've been warned.
Well, get back to me when you check it
Oh.
out. No, I will check it out. I don't know. I'm sure if they may have something in the instructions when I put it together. Johnny Lightning, haven't heard from you for a while, Johnny.
My advice is learn to fix it yourself. I know it's not for everyone, but it's better than missing a whole year.
This is the woman whose
Camping.
RV has been in since May for minor repairs. And yeah, I hear these things all the time. And they are usually one of the big chains. I'm not going to mention names. I'm sorry, there's no excuse for it. None. And they just are stealing people's joy. And get your RV out of there. They're not, you don't want somebody that treats you that way doing your work, because they won't do your work right. So Johnny's right. Do it yourself, or get an RV tech, a mobile RV tech, to do the work. One of the reasons there's a growing number of mobile RV techs is they've become fed up working for some of these disreputable RV dealer repair centers. So RV techs do a great job. Bob Leach.
How much actual traveling will you be doing in the Arcadia?
Well, I don't know. It's been sitting in Tennessee for a month now.
And we could have used it several times.
Yeah, we wish we
were
had had
sorry
it.
we didn't have it at home with us.
We were kind of glad we had it down there, and then we said, "Oh man, I wish we had had it." And we picked it up in April, and we traveled with it every week, just about. I think from April to August. But the goal has always been to keep it in our property in Tennessee as a kind of a base camp. In fact, we will have it and our motorhome in Tennessee next month. We're going to have our daughter stay with us. She's working with us at the for the gathering we have, and she's going to stay in our motorhome, and we'll be in our fifth wheel. But I don't know how much traveling. I can tell you, that we've been talking about we want some property in Michigan, and we have narrowed our search down. We have an offer in, and are in the process of doing all due diligence on 10 acres of property in Michigan, which we hope to be able to announce to you in a few weeks. It's a little different than this. We're not going to necessarily share its location. It's not in a development or anything. And we'll share all the details, but the fifth wheel would be up there a lot too. So, but we're delighted we have both. We really need the motorhome to go back and forth in the shorter runs that we like to do. Hope that answers.
And
your
if you
question.
want comfort, you can't beat that fifth wheel.
Oh my gosh, no, it really is nice. Robin Ostermeyer.
I'm sorry I keep hitting the wrong button and not getting my question in. My question is, if you were letting your RV sit for a few months in the winter, would all that you would,
What would you take out of
what
it?
would you take out of it?
What would you take out of it?
I take out,
My hiking shoes. I left my hiking shoes in the fifth wheel, and I've needed them repeatedly on the last few weeks.
I
so.
take just about everything out of it, all food. And I mean, even you can read on even like aspirins, Tylenol, Advil, that sort of thing. They have to be kept within a certain temperature. And if it's going to get too cold, that could ruin the effectiveness of your, whatever you use for a headache or aches and pains.
Okay.
I take just about everything out.
Yeah, certainly everything out of the refrigerator. If you're leaving it sit for a couple of months, I would not put in. There would be no food products, not even canned food.
You wouldn't want to leave anything in there that might attract rodents.
And you need to go in and check it repeatedly
yeah.
because mice will get in.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't check it. We've been very lucky so far, and I'm a little nervous about Tennessee. I don't know what to expect out
I'm a
there.
little nervous about the wilds of Michigan too.
Yeah, the wilds of Michigan as well. So, but
Because the little rodents are out there looking for a place
they
to
are.
spend
I
the
saw a
winter.
chipmunk under our motorhome just a little while ago
Eyeing it,
today.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like it under there. All right, we're running down. We're into just a couple more questions, but it's been a while since we've been able to do a full length version of this. Stony Run with a question.
How do you keep your pets warm, cool when boondocking without shore power?
Great question. Well, that's the challenge. If it's really hot, you've got an issue because you need to have that air conditioner on. And no matter how many lithium batteries and solar panels you have, that's only going to work for a little while. If you have a generator, then you can run your AC. And if you have a generator with something called soft start up, you can. And if you're mooch docking and you might not have complete shore power, this soft start up thing will let you plug into regular household current and run your generator. I'll be showing you that in a video in a couple of weeks. And they're on our partner page. If that's something that you're interested, you can go right there and learn more about Soft Start Up. It's a very cool product. It's like Soft Start. I used to have it installed it in the air conditioning. This now is like and it is a surge protector too, but you plug it into the pedestal or into the outlet and then plug your it's like even a 20 amp will run your AC. But the other thing is if you have a generator, our motorhome has and that's another reason we wanted to go back to the Unity. We have a 3,600 watt Onan generator that we can run AC. So if we're going out to dinner or we're parked someplace where you can run the generator, you can run the AC to keep your pets warm. I'm not so worried about the cold because if in the cold you can run your heater, unless it's an electric heater, but you run your heater. Ours is propane. And so the heater will run, and it doesn't take much electricity at all for that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we had the air conditioner on this week, and we had the heater on. We actually had frost in Western Michigan on Wednesday morning when we woke up.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I think we're about done with all of our questions. Look at this; we've gone 50 minutes or so, and that's the first time in a long time we have been that way. I hope that the video quality improved. I can't do anything about Comcast and their lousy service, but that's what happens sometimes. I mean, it should be great. If we'd had time, I would have gone out and I bet I could have had a better cellular contact, if we'd gone out and done it from the RV. But it's dark out there now. So what do you do? Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and check the podcast this week. The podcast will have an interview with Courtney Armstrong, the Flippin' Nomad, and you'll learn her story, which is a fascinating story of some ideas on how to flip. And I think you asked her at the end of the interview what people can do to make their RVs a little more comfy. And then next Saturday on our regular video, you'll see the video with Courtney as she kind of helps tweak up our interior and do a little design work for us.
Make a workspace for you.
Make a workspace for us. Yep. In the Arcadia. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Phyllis Carr, for helping with all the questions, and the folks on Facebook. Thank you, Chris Cowley over on YouTube for keeping everybody in line and keeping the questions going and helping with the answers. But thank all of you guys for watching. We love seeing you there. I just wish we could bring all of your pictures up. Maybe there's a way we can do that. We're thinking about it. So we could actually, go face to face with you on the screen. We know you're out there, and we thank you for being there. We'll see you guys down the road.
Happy trails.